like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Twitter, TikTok. The Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos. Hit that notification bell by the subscribe button. Let's get it popping. All right, man. Top of the morning out here on the West Coast. It's 7 a.m. Actually, a little over 7 a.m. 10 minutes after, but it's pretty early to do some video recording. But I think it was very necessary to do this. Most of the times I record after the games. I know last night it was pretty more animated with guys, coming into the show, and we always have a good time talking after games. Talking trash and whatever. And if one of the teams that we pick to win wins, and we talk trash. If losing, it's all in good fun. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's all good. But this video, I mean, I do, and I tend to do other videos sometimes where, they're just videos like this and not actually lives. And this subject, this topic definitely needs to be warranted as a video where there's no distractions, no people coming into the live, nothing like that. Just basically me sharing my thoughts about what happened last night and what I saw and what it solidified and finalized. And it solidifies that Jimmy Butler is better than Jayson Tatum. Okay, Jimmy Butler is better than Jayson Tatum. Now, I know we got another game to play. I know that right now that it's kind of looking like it's going to be a coin flip between the two teams, the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. But I think at this point, I don't care what happens in Game 7 because I'm pretty confident I know what's going to happen. But no matter what happens in Game 7, that performance by Jimmy Butler proved he's better than Jayson Tatum. And that's no disrespect to Jayson Tatum. That's no disrespect to, who he is as a player. Because I think he's a great player. I think Jayson Tatum's a great player, or all-star. He's been magnificent this entire season. He's an All NBA first team player, and he definitely deserved it. You know what I'm saying? They want to kind of try to make him the face of the league. If you guys haven't noticed, they're saying Jayson Tatum has been one of the best players in the playoffs, saying Boston's going to, go to the finals against the Warriors. If y'all heard a lot of the sports shows yesterday, they were predicting the Boston Celtics to close them out. Guys like, Shannon Sharp, Jay Williams. Even last night you had Mark Jackson, you had Stan Van Gundy calling the game. It was clear that they were saying they wanted Boston to win. The masses want to see this Boston Celtics Golden State Warriors matchup. Okay, they want to see it. They don't want to see Miami against Golden State. I've already come to clues that, and Miami's not even my team. But I'm starting to really respect what they stand for and what they show. Okay, you can have the NBA, if they want to make somebody the face, they're gonna make them the face. And when I look at Jayson Tatum, he has the perfect look to be the face of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? He's relatively a good-looking cat. You know what I'm saying? Groomed. It has a very, very nice game, polished. From 2018, and before that, they were saying that he can be the next Kobe Bryant. So they've already put the works in to try to make this guy the face of the league. Okay, the Jayson Tatums like this, they can be the faces. So that's why you're seeing them push this Boston Celtics narrative so much. But unfortunately, there's a higher power out there in God that actually what's for you is for you. And when I look at Jimmy Butler, he's been somewhat as the villain of the NBA. Let's start back when he was with Minnesota. And he was run out of Minnesota because he felt like the guys such as Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns were soft. Let's just be honest. He didn't feel like they worked hard enough. He felt like they were not committed to the craft. He actually went into a practice against them and was against them on the third team. He's on the third team. The third team, if people don't know basketball, you literally, when you practice, It's the starters who are the first team, the second team are the reserves, and then they have the third teams who don't even really play. Jimmy Butler walked into the Timberwolves practice when he was still with the team with Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins on the first team, and basically went at him on the worst team. Actually came and just blew them out and walked out of practice with third stringers. You know what I'm saying? That's the mental makeup that Jimmy Butler has, but it was actually publicized as he had somewhat of a problem. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't he was selfish, he was hard to deal with. You know what I'm saying? He was too hard on his teammates. He shouldn't have called him soft like that and blase. And then Jimmy Butler goes to Philadelphia. Similar issue where he felt like the team wasn't going in the direction they needed to go. He didn't know who was in charge. They talked about this on the JJ Redick podcast. You know what I'm saying? JJ Redick podcast, Jimmy Butler basically disclosed why he and Philadelphia had issues. He didn't want to leave the team because he loved Joel Embiid, but he felt like the organization was not doing the right steps to go towards the right direction. So that was another case where he was like, that the media could use that Jimmy Butler was just hard to deal with. And he wasn't a team player, right? Now he goes from Philadelphia to Miami 3 years ago, right? The first year he gets there, he gets them to the finals. Think about his journey. The first year Jimmy Butler gets there, he gets to the finals. And the team they had was not really a super team. You had good players like Goran Dragic and Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, he's a rookie, Duncan Robinson, and all those guys on the team, but you didn't have no guys who were like marquee names. And that's why I know with Miami, the sports media for a team that's number one in the Eastern Conference, they sure as hell don't give them a lot of coverage. You guys don't hear much about Miami on the big shows. You heard more about the Phillies, the Bostons, even the Chicagos, and none of those teams were even better than Miami. So it's clear that they have a bias towards this team. I don't know if it's because they don't have any big name players or what, but if you're the best team in the Eastern Conference, generally you're gonna get coverage in the media, right? Um, but it just goes to show you how the media is. So going back to the point, Jimmy Butler led that Miami Heat team to the finals in the bubble against the Lakers. Got 2 games off the Lakers that season. Had some magnificent performances against them. So he did that last in the bubble. In the second season, he got blitzed by Milwaukee, who were the champions last year, which is understandable. They're the champions of the NBA last year. They were on a mission, and he blitzed Jimmy Butler. Well, now Jimmy Butler this season, he's going in with a mindset of in the playoffs, he's a different cat. I've already told this. I've been preaching this. Jimmy Butler's a different player in the playoffs, just like Kawhi Leonard. He is just like Kawhi Leonard. I'm not making that up. I don't put that compliment just out there. Jimmy Butler, if y'all look at him, he's just like Kawhi Leonard. And I'm gonna prove it right now. Because what happened last night when he had that big, huge performance reminded me of what Kawhi Leonard did against the Mavs last year in Game 6. Same situation in a hostile environment, and takes and leads his team and wills them to a victory. Okay? He literally wills them into a victory. Doesn't on both ends. 47 points, 8 assists, and 9 rebounds, and he was playing defense. Kawhi Leonard did the same exact thing last year against the Mavs. The same thing. I remember watching that game from start to finish. Big shot after big shot. Also putting it on Luka Doncic on defense. Really got minimal contribution from Paul George in that game. I think he had 19 points, which is okay, but it was Kawhi Leonard's night. He willed his team mentally, and that's what these type of players do. They will their teams and put the belief in their teammates that they're going to come out on top and win this game. And I saw the same thing from Jimmy Butler last night. And y'all know how I knew the Heat were going to win that game? You guys know how I knew? Because every big punch that Boston gave Miami took it on the chin and they responded. Jimmy Butler hit this fadeaway jump shot in the fourth quarter with I think like 2 minutes left, 2 minutes left, something like that. I don't know the exact numbers. But it was down the stretch of the game. He hit a very, very hard shot when the shot clock was going down. I was like, yeah, this is Jimmy's night, man. They're gonna win this game. They're gonna definitely win this game because Boston, they threw all their bullets at him, right? And also, I kind of want to get into some things about why I feel the way I feel about Jimmy Butler being better than Jayson Tatum, and he's been the best player of this series. So y'all gotta think what he just did last night. First of all, Miami, as far as who has more talent, it's clear. I will agree with the media on this. They have more talent than the Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics, who I'm talking about. They have more talent. Okay, so with guys like Al Horford, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, Robert Williams, um, a great coach in Ime Udoka, guys like that on your team, all solidified NBA players. The Miami Heat have a lot of undrafted players. Guys like Gabe Vincent, guys like Max Strus, guys like Duncan Robinson, guys like who else I'm thinking? I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Caleb Martin. They got they got a number of guys who were G League undrafted players getting heavy minutes. Right? Victor Oladipo sustained 2 major injuries. He's not the same player he used to be. Even though he did contribute a little bit last night, he is nowhere near what he used to be as an all-star. So you're dealing with a guy, Victor Oladipo, who's not the same person. You're dealing with undrafted players. Kyle Lowry has that hamstring injury. Yes, he does. He played well last night. He led that team 18-10. But it was reported by Stephen A. Smith when they got off the bus going to Boston. The reason why they felt they were going to lose this game is because those guys were walking around like they were just, like just hurt. Like they couldn't even move. I guess they were playing around. They're trying to play the media or something, because the way Stephen A. Smith described the Miami Heat, starting with Kyle Lowry, was that they couldn't even move. So how are they going to play this game? They're in this hostile environment. How are they going to win? But people don't remember. This is why I say championship DNA matters and experience matters. Kyle Lowry's been in this moment. He's been in this moment before. He had 18 points and 10 assists. He was their second best player last night. Okay, you don't have no Tyler Hero. Again, I'm going through all these sequences of what Jimmy Butler just did. He had no Tyler Hero on the court. Now Tyler Hero is the sixth man of the year. He gives them at least 20 points a game. Now he's been pretty, and this is another reason thing. Tyler Hero has not even been that good this series. He's missed the last 3 games. The only game he was solid in was game 1, but he's been bad from the field. He hasn't really been able to attack this Boston defense. So he hasn't been that great this series, but make no mistake, but he is still a key contributor to this team offensively. And that's what Miami struggles with. They struggle with getting guys with their own shots. They don't really have too many playmakers outside of Kyle and Jimmy. Boston has several playmakers, from Jayson Tatum to Jaylen Brown to Marcus Smart to Peyton Pritchard. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want the guy White, I don't know, it's Derek White. You know what I'm saying? They have so many weapons on that Boston team. And for Jimmy to do what he did with undrafted players, no disrespect to them, Kyle Lowry, who's just coming off his hamstring injury, Tyler Hero, who has not been playing, has not been performing, and then Bam Adebayo, who gave you 6 points last night, who I said has to be better on offense if they're going to win Game 6 or Game 7 back home. I'm at the point where I'm just like, look, for Jayson Tatum to change my mind that he's better than Jimmy Butler, he literally would have to do both sides of the ball by scoring, giving me 40, leading Boston to a win, and also shutting down Jimmy Butler. Okay? Because this is why I'm going out with this, why Jimmy Butler is better. Throughout this entire series, Jayson Tatum has not been you can't recall a game where he just dominated. Right? Game 1, it was Jimmy Butler was the best player on the court. He also guarded Jayson Tatum as well. Right? Jayson Tatum, and Game 2 was Marcus Smart. Game 3 was Bam Adebayo. Game 4 was Jayson Tatum. Game 5 was Jaylen Brown. Game 6, it was Jimmy Butler again. And it would have been Game 2, Jimmy Butler, if they didn't lose, because he had the game high of 29 points. But it's just that the Miami Heat lost. But I'm getting to a point here. Jimmy Butler, again, dealing with that bum knee, willing his team the way he did on both ends in big moments. I didn't see that from Tatum. I saw Tatum get cooking early with threes. I saw Tatum uh scoring on guys who are not as good as him or were like, just out there. But I didn't see Jayson Tatum take the challenge on Jimmy Butler. They continued to leave Marcus Smart on Jimmy Butler the entire night, especially in that fourth quarter. And for somebody's defensive player of the year, Jimmy Butler dead and all that, right? If I see my teammate getting cooked in a pivotal game 6, because make no mistake about it, this was Boston's game to win. They dropped the ball on this one because for you to go back to Miami and win a game 7 after they play like the way they did in game 5 and game 2, I just don't see it happening. I was looking at like Boston. This is their game to win on game 6 because it's just too much it's too much emotions, and I see 6 games of sample size against this team. Jayson Tatum to me, and he can get there, but right now he doesn't have that extra gear. He did not want no parts of Jimmy Butler last night. Once he saw the zone that he was in, that we've seen before from Jimmy Butler, whether that been the last series in Philadelphia, whether that been in the bubble against the Lakers, whether that been whatever. I told y'all, Draymond Green said this on his podcast. There's certain players who are playoff guys and certain guys that are regular season guys. Jimmy Butler is a playoff performer. And when Tatum and Brown saw what Jimmy Butler was on, they wanted no parts of him. They continued to leave Marcus Smart on him. Like I'm keen to this basketball thing, man. I can see in a player when they don't want no parts of somebody else. And right there, that said to me, okay, yeah, Jimmy's better. It should be no question who's the better player. And it's because of the mindset. That's all it is. It's just the mindset. Jayson Tatum is more talented than Jimmy Butler. He's taller. He has a more smoother, skilled backs game. You know what I'm saying? He's younger. He's more talented, but Jimmy Butler mentally is tougher. And that's what you need in these closeout games because it's going to be a nip and tuck. The only time Jayson Tatum really performed is when the Boston Celtics were beating up on the Miami Heat, and he had guys who were coming with him. Jimmy Butler had literally little to no contributions on offense because he had to handle the ball responsibility. He had to play make, and he had to score, and he had to play defense with a knee that possibly is getting drained before games. Possibly, I'm not sure, but he's dealing with that knee issue. So he's doing this all through will, man, and belief. And I know what he said after the game. He said, "I know I knew they were going to win this game. Y'all know how I know that they're going to win game 7 back in Miami on Sunday." Literally, this is what he said, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen so y'all can see it. This was like, oh yeah, the Boston Celtics messed up. They're in trouble now. When Jimmy Butler said, and I don't know if y'all can see it, he said, "We're going to win the next one too." That was after the game last night. He said, "We're going to win the next game too." And I know what he's talking about. He's basically saying that Boston, you tried everything on me. You tried everything on the Miami Heat. The media counted us out. The media wanted us to lose. Y'all had home court advantage. Y'all had all the momentum. Guys on my team were hurt, and we still prevailed over y'all. So why would I be confident to think y'all tried everything, put all your bullets out, your whole clips, and you still couldn't get it done? This is gonna hurt Boston. Boston is probably, some of them players probably went home crying last night because you got to understand that the momentum, game of basketball and momentum. Once you have a team down like Miami was or what they thought was, then you have to close the deal. You can't give them no life, and that was what Boston had to do last night. They had to make sure they give them no life. But this is what I said separates a championship team like the Heat, who's had championship DNA, from Pat Riley to Eric Spoelstra to Kyle Lowry to PJ Tucker to Jimmy Butler to Bam Adebayo, who's all been in the finals or won a finals, to a Boston team who's a good up and coming team, tough nosed coach, Ime Udoka, but none of those guys been to the finals. They don't understand the moment that's happening right now. So Jimmy and them understand that. and they're going to Game 7. I'm telling you, they're gonna go in there understand like, look, we're gonna put them out. They tried everything on us. They don't know what to do. They don't have no other game plans. It's a wrap. And I expect the Miami Heat to be advanced to the NBA Finals. Now that's gonna be crazy because the media didn't expect this. Stephen A. Smith said he was even shocked last night. So they want Boston, but like I said, what is for you is for you, and it doesn't matter what somebody does to stop it. That game was for Miami to win. That was Jimmy Butler's moment. So all congrats to the Miami Heat. All respect to Jimmy Butler. Um, like I said, there should be no question no more who the better player is between these two. All right. But with that being said, continue to hit that like button, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull it out. Peace out of here like swimwear.